So what actually is happening here? And who even is Douglas Bednarz? So I'll tell you my communications with him. I was introduced to him via someone that I trust very early on in our investigation when we were in the gathering footage phase. We said to everybody, if you've got any footage, please send it to us, tips@CandaceOwens.com. And a girlfriend of mine contacted me and said, hey, there's this guy who is purporting to have never before seen footage from the UVU event. And can I set him up, talk to you? I said, of course. He said that he somehow had a contact that was there at UVU who had everything. So we connected. First thing that was weird was that he wanted to be on FaceTime. He really wanted to be on FaceTime. I thought, okay, that's odd, but okay. We discussed some possible theories. Could this have been an exploding mic? I don't know. I did not discuss Brian Harpole, that's for sure. But then as I kept asking him, like, hey, could you send me that really long footage that you've got? He just kind of never did that. He sent me a clip here, a clip there, a link to somebody else's footage. He just sort of kept kicking the can down the road. And eventually I just felt like something was off. The intuition came on and I said, something's not right here. My spidey senses went up in December, right around the time that we began discussing Fort Huachuca, when he suddenly shifted gears and began sending me stuff about Brian Harpole and making radical demands that I show the footage, that I show and present what he believes happened about Brian Harpole. Basically trying to say that I was a fraud. You got to talk about Brian Harpole. You could find this. It was insane. And also, where's your back footage? Maybe challenging to see if I actually had it. I don't know. But I never took the bait. I always trust my guys. That something's not right here. So I'm just not going to reply to you beginning in mid-December. Just didn't respond at all. And I am so grateful that I did not, because it may very well be that they were attempting to set a trap of some description. I'll tell you why I'm getting there with Turning Point USA, and you let me know if you agree. Because, well, someone's going to explicitly say it. I'm going to show you evidence of that, actually. That's
you always got
literally what one of the YouTubers said, our military boys, who were effectively threatening me to not ask Mitch anything. Don't interview Mitch. Don't speak to Mitch. He's got baby mamas. He's got issues. We're going to blow up your spot. We're going to show everybody what kind of a man he is. Okay, I'm not trying to marry this dude. Just trying to figure out if he was at Fort Huachuca. Let's read some of those messages now to provide you with context. These messages were intended to be delivered to me, right? So this is the YouTube military boys insisting that I speak with them so they could explain to me, because this is their territory. Wow, we know military stuff. That this is a case of stolen valor. Mitch wasn't even in the military. He's a fraud. I spoke to an ex-wife who said he never even has ever been to Fort Huachuca in his whole life. That's where we were starting with this. Here's one of those messages I want to read. And so the person saying, dude, he didn't see Erika and Brian Harpole. He's just a con artist. My source at Turning Point USA literally said they have all the documents and proof both Brian and Erika weren't there. And they're purposefully giving Candace rope to hang herself with this while they build a massive defamation lawsuit. Huh? What? That doesn't make, I'm in communication with Turning Point USA during this time. I sat down with Erika this exact week. Why wouldn't you, does that make any sense? This doesn't make sense to me. I've been thinking this can't be right. Here's another message. No, she thinks because he went to a military base, that means that his story about seeing Erika and Harpole is somehow credible. Also, it's looking like he spent time locked up and got his special forces tab revoked for crimes against a child. This is according to blank. Anyway, I did my due diligence, and we can do it the hard way. I did my due diligence, by giving her a chance. We can do it the hard way and tie her to a con artist with a horrible history of abuse against women and children and raising $130,000 for him. They were basically threatening me before I spoke to Mitch. They were saying, you go through with this and we're going to tie you to this con artist. First, he wasn't in the military. Then they said, okay, he was in the military, but that doesn't matter that he was in the military. He wasn't at Fort Huachuca. Okay, maybe he was at Fort Huachuca, but just because he was at Fort Huachuca doesn't mean he saw Brian and Erika. Okay, we've been open to that possibility that he misremembered who he saw, But this felt weird to me. It was a weird reaction. It felt like they were threatening me.
I mean, first of all, who was that guy? You gotta find out, like, because sometimes when somebody want to set you up, right? When somebody want to go against you in court or whatever, they gotta set you up. They gotta set you up. They can, like, this could be one of those cases. I'm not saying this is it, but it's kind of similar to where they can set you up and be like, send somebody behind to come and, do some stuff with you. And then after that, they use that against you. This could be it. Maybe it was not just a theory.
And saying they were going to, as always, ruin my career if I didn't do it their way. They could protect me otherwise. We could protect you, but you need to listen to us and not speak to Mitch anymore. Okay. And they've got a source at Turning Point USA who's saying they're planning it. They're intentionally not answering my questions because they want to give me rope to hang myself while I'm talking to them. Okay. So they're strategically not responding, according to this person, right? According to this military YouTube bro. But I gotta say, that's a far cry from what Brian Harpole is now claiming in his lawsuit. In his lawsuit filing, remember, he says the reason they didn't respond to my not one, not two, but 3 separate messages. Remember, here they are. Here are my messages. Hey, Brian, this is Candace. People telling me that you're planting seeds regarding a lawsuit. I want to see if you wanted to have an off-record discussion with me about anything, or if you'd like to simply clarify something that you think I got wrong. Hey, Brian, just again reaching out. In case you want to clarify your whereabouts in the morning of September 9th, I'm only interested in the truth. So I'd be happy to debunk Mitch if he perhaps is misremembering the faces he saw. Hey, Brian, reaching out again to see if you'd be willing to speak about the morning of the 9th. I'm obviously not trying to do anything other than debunk Mitch so that I can pivot and refocus the investigation, but I oddly can't get you to confirm or deny if you were there. He says, Brian, in his filing, he's going to say that his reason that he didn't respond to these messages was because he didn't want to grant me an exclusive. He didn't want me to make money off of clicks by telling me yes or no. You guys buying that?
No.
I also was wondering, who was the source for these military bro YouTubers? Who is the Turning Point USA source telling them that they're intentionally not responding and they want to plot a lawsuit? Well, you guys remember. The answer arrived somewhat accidentally. You'll recall when YouTuber Paramount Tactical, one of the bros, accidentally read Andrew Colvet's text messages live on air.
Yeah.
And he said, just a little too quickly. He read the message, and then Andrew said, please don't share publicly, but he had read that out loud. And it was an alibi regarding Fort Huachuca, asserting that the story was insane and that Erika was at home with her children. It was that accidental slip that caused the internet to explode. Because why would Andrew and Erika need to be coordinating a PR message secretly with a relatively unknown YouTuber when they were both in communication with me at that time? Erika and I had just sat down on December 15th. This felt oddly backhanded to me. Also, during our sit down, Erika told me that she was no longer using Andrew as PR because he kept going rogue. Well, here we had proof that he wasn't going rogue because it was a photo of her sending him a picture alibi of her covering her phone with her kids on the wrong date. Here it is. And dinner. So I'm going, what's going on? Why is he the secret Turning Point USA source coordinating? Why isn't Erika just texting me saying, hey, we saw your show. Just wanted to let you know, she wasn't there. So this arrived as a double whammy, right? Everyone was acting really weird about Fort Huachuca. They still are. So I set about finding out by way of messaging both Andrew Colvet and Justin Strife about Fort Huachuca on December 27th after we realized that Andrew Colvet was the one working on this messaging. And here is what I wrote to Justin Strife and Andrew Colvet in a group text. I wrote, putting you both on a chat here, since there seems to be a gap between what Andrew communicates publicly and what the truth is. Very simple request. Mitch Snow is very certain he saw Brian Harpole departing a meeting at Fort Huachuca around 7:30 a.m. on September 9th. I went out to Brian Harpole to debunk that and have not received a response. If you would like to submit something to me, a video of his metadata, text messages, etc., I would be happy to publicly debunk that. Not as crucial in my opinion, because he never said that she was a part of the meeting, but he also believes that he saw Erika departing a hotel on the base on September 8th, accompanied by a special forces looking guy. This would have been around 6:45 p.m. If Andrew would like to debunk that formally, please do. I'm happy to update everyone so he and Erika do not need to back channel through obscure YouTubers. There is also now residual confusion because Andrew messaged Gary, that's Paramount Tactical, stating that Erika was with Charlie on the 9th at the office all day. But Erika herself told Jesse Waters that Charlie was at the office all day and never said that she was with him. She said that they had dinner that night together, which I am aware of. Lost my place here. Dinner that night together, which I am aware of because it was with Father Klein. Gary has confirmed to me that Andrew's messages are related to Erika's schedule on the 9th and not the 8th. I honestly was not as interested in his sighting of Erika. This is now blowing up due to Andrew getting caught communicating with these YouTubers and making matters more confusing. That's exactly how I felt. I felt like this is getting weird now. Like, why? This is he wasn't making any accusations against Erika. He's a SAR. I mean, there's 1,000 reasons she could be on the base. Her mother works with the military. He could just have been visiting a friend.
You know, what I really like about Candace is like, she always brings out the receipts. She always brings out the evidence. I don't see nobody else doing it. Maybe there's somebody out there that doing it. I mean, I don't see anybody like TPUSA people coming out with text messages. I mean, what you gonna come out with when she already coming out with, you get what I'm saying? Like, all you coming out with is just lawsuits and lawyers and trying to shut everybody up. Like, come on, man. She's just so good.
She could have been visiting her mother. For all I know, when her mother was sick, she could have been on the military base, right? You have access to that. You work in intel. None of this was strange until they made it very strange by their reaction to it. The threats, the trying to get me under duress, we'll ruin you if you go out with this. We're looking at his baby mamas. We're pulling up Mitch's entire life. I said something's not right here. I still, however, in a noble pursuit, attempted to get an answer from someone, and I messaged Dan Flood. This is all the way, we're in January now. That's Brian's business partner, longtime colleague. On January 4th, I messaged him. And this is what I wrote him. I said, this was not included in the filing. I said, hey, Dan, Candace Owens here, long time no talk. I know you still have contact with Brian Harpole, and that tensions might be a bit weird between you guys and Turning Point USA. I have reached out to him a few times, but I wanted to see if you could maybe help facilitate a conversation between he and I. My goal is pretty straightforward. I have an eyewitness who is certain he saw him at Fort Huachuca on the morning of the 9th, and I just want to get a statement from him on that. Thank you. No reply. No reply. There's this caricature of Candace Owens out there that she never does any due diligence, she just puts out vibes. She doesn't try to actually get to the truth. This situation wasn't that interested until it became very interesting on the basis of everyone's reactions, everyone being weird about delivering a basic yes or no.
You know, I reacted to a video of a guy saying Candace Owens is a fake Christian. I mean, he said he doesn't consider her as a Christian anymore. First of all, she's not a Christian, she's Catholic, but forget about that. He said normally it is written. He said he's written in the Bible that if you have a problem with your brother or your sister, you go and talk with him or her, obviously. And if that person does not want to listen, you go to church, kind of thing, right? And then he said he did not see Candace going and sit down with Erika Kirk. Like, no, he simply said Candace did not do that. Candace did not go to, Erika Kirk and trying to talk with her. And if she did not listen, like maybe she would have gone to a church and this and that. I was like, okay, first of all, you have no idea what you're talking about. Candace first went to Erika. Candace was the person supporting Erika from the beginning, right? If you recall, if you're familiar with the videos and what has been happening, she sat down with Erika, and Erika started playing her. That's when she went rogue, sort of, right? And now that's why she's showing all this evidence that she tried so hard to trying to talk to them and this and that and that and that. If you haven't watched that video, make sure to go and check it out. It's on the channel. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to Candace for this video. Shout out to everybody out there that's shining the light on the truth. Make sure to pray. Do not stop praying. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to be truth. Make sure to be true to yourself. And then, yeah, I'll catch you guys next time. Make sure to dislike this video. Thank you for watching. More videos on the way. Yes, sir.
Si vous saviez pas, maintenant tout le monde le sait bien. Ça va aller. Si ça va pas, travailler tous les jours ça ira. La 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 la.